I am going to give you 2 things that can change your life. These 2 things will transform your life entirely. Serving the public is my line of work, and when I'm not serving the public, I give talks as a motivational speaker, which I am rather good at because I have a tendency to know a lot about just about everything. Every one of you is staring at a person who has been the bottom of a pyramid at one point in life. So I'm not portraying myself as being a friend's mother who had a lot and gave me something and just determined to inform you how to move on. No. Let me demonstrate how to make a comeback, since I know how it feels when all things appear to go against you. Let me speak to you regarding what success really is, since I was given a hard deal. You have all heard me talk already, so I would like to tell you 2 more things that life has taught me. Everything. And I will tell you my life lessons now. The ignorant and unnecessary are not invited here today. Not everyone who says to me that they want to intends to follow through. The lesson I have today is designed for those who believe in me. You don't have to be a religious aficionado or something of the like. You just need to have the rudimentary knowledge that God is God. If you do, then stop looking, because I can assist you for the remainder of your life. It's really easy. You will first have to take a few steps, and I promise you, it can completely change your life. With me, it was 2 passages of scripture that totally changed my perspective on life. It's extremely easy. Anyone can accomplish this. There is no boundary. The point is, I am not going to edify you on education, because I actually do not have any. I flunked out of school. I had a rather terrible and bad stuttering issue that made it nearly impossible for me to speak outdoors. I did not achieve at schooling, and well, I was compelled to leave. I've been divorced 3 times, lost almost everything I had twice, was practically homeless and stayed in my car for a straight 3 years. Everything that I know, I'm happy to pass on to you. No, I don't have glittering rich kid answers for you to these questions. And to get things started, nothing requires you to buy a program in order to change your life. I'll warn you now, the steps that I'm going to share with you, and only if you apply them now, could just work for you. This could change your whole life. Everyone in my community desires to be a success and to be happy. If you don't subscribe to these 2 ideals, then something is certainly wrong with you. All right, so there is a Bible verse I'm going to read to you. It is very short, and I don't even know where it is located in the Bible. Someone likely does, but like I said, I will read it to you. This scripture is, "You have not, 'cause you ask not." It utterly changed my life. Do you understand how valuable this is for you? You have not, 'cause you ask not. Here's an easy but dynamic scripture that we have in our Bibles that many of us have. It is not reserved only in the Bible of affluent individuals. You definitely have one too. It is the same one that you can read to me. I have never heard a truer statement uttered by a person than this. It is true. The majority of people live a life they do not consider appropriate because they do not ask God for the perfect life they imagine. You have been looking for the answer all along and attempting to handle it on your own. How's this approach working for you? Why and how this is accomplished is more than I know. That is, if you know the solution, then it is easy. Why was I so puzzled all these years? It is a big task for one person to know and learn about even easier things like religion. There is a proverb, "You do not have because you do not ask." The Lord's answer is always based on what one is willing to ask. I am sure that you have been made in His image, and it is clear that you have been brought into this world for a purpose. Your presence is not given to your parents, but they are byproducts of choices taken by someone far back in the past. It is undoubtedly that the Lord has soft work assigned that he anticipates from us. The second point which renders these wishes unfulfilled is the absence of clarity regarding putting these goals into writing. Putting these goals into writing facilitates easier execution, thereby serving as a wonderful motivation. You see, neither of the affluent individuals that I know around are without a vision board or piece of paper where they can just jot down things. You do not like it or not, there are those like myself in existence who succeed. It is a lengthy and relevant exchange with a portion of individuals. First, I had my own vision board, but after seeing theirs, I had to revise my own. That's when I said to myself, whoa, 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 but forgetting the vision board is not possible. You've got to have it. It has to be on paper. Why? Because it is on paper somewhere. And this brings us to the subject, Habakkuk 2:2. If you have never heard this one, let me tell you, write the vision and make it clear so that the people who can read it eagerly wait for it. That is my favorite part of the verse. Let me explain. What this is saying is, it is fine that you want something, but you must be ready to work for it too. Trust me, this is not magic. This is real life, which is why I'm asking you to take a moment to understand this. Here is an assignment for you. The next phase is hilarious at least. Begin by writing down anything and anything you want him to do on your behalf. Be detailed and describe step by step, phase by phase. Don't hesitate to put pen to paper, as it will make sense now. 300 makes a lot of assumptions, so don't get surprised. But it's a number that feels right. When a person tells you that you need to be diversified in your thoughts, this is going to be extremely difficult. But as you move to number 75, I can almost guarantee that you will get stuck because your brain is not accustomed to thinking that far ahead. You are most likely going to end up attempting to stay in your own little checklist. But that is not what I am looking for. I want you to stretch your imagination. If you are going to get something you truly desire, I want you to write it down. Anything. You want what color cars? Where do you wish to live? Do you desire a summer residence? Where would you go on vacation? How much do you want in your bank account? What age would you retire at? Whatever you desire to leave to your grandkids, the sum that you would adore to give your siblings, or you're going to stroll in someday and writing a check to the entire family. Just write down everything you want on a paper. Stop when you reach 300 things. It will consume a lot of time and labor, as I know that whenever you pass 75, you would be stuck. But don't stop there. Make it a ritual to read it at night before you go to bed. I don't want you watching television except for Family Feud. Audio laughs. We're not trying to be funny, but seriously, it will be helpful for all of us to spend 5 minutes of our daily routine and read the list that we prepare every evening before sleeping and each morning when we wake up. 1 year from now, wait. 1 year from now, grab a pen, pull out your list, and one by one, place a tick beside the points you have accomplished. Please listen to me. Do this in faith. Read your list and truly believe that God will do amazing things for you. I am that confident that come the end of the year, you will look in awe because most of what you had listed to do will have been achieved. I guarantee you there will be at least 30 items that will not make it onto the list. Let's phrase it this way. At least 10% of the items on your list will happen. I repeat, you are not the only one that will benefit from it. I can assure you now, this I have seen myself. Many people that have undergone it. But it gets more interesting. I benefited from it myself. Part of my vision board is a picture of a motivational quote which says, "I have an iPhone," to remind me of the type of phone I would like to have in the future. The dog picture along with sunset pictures are for decoration. Now, regarding my computers, I put the boy in a digital avatar. I feel like I'm affectionately reminiscing about him as God is shifting my world. That is the new sign. It informs me that a lot of things are different. I was shocked a few months ago, thinking about where my older vision board left off. It seemed like the board was somewhat prophetic. You know, like when you walk on a plane with a bulletin of a letter from God set up a box. It even sounds easy. The secret is to not pull any punches and go whole hog when creating that list. And boy oh boy, the reaction is wicked. God's response will blow you away. God never makes promises that he doesn't keep. All thanks to God. Applause from the audience.